this book, only to be shocked by the response. I opened with this statement: a diet changes the way you look, a fast changes the way you see. To say this concept resonated would be an understatement. It became glaringly apparent that people were tired of simply looks and looking. They were desperate to see. Below is an excerpt of the blog post that accompanied this statement. Perhaps you feel a bit like me, holiday hungover from a bit too much of a bit too much. I look like I need to give birth to a Christmas food baby. Good thing it's January, right? It's time for that annual fast and some serious New Year resolutions. But wait, what if instead of a diet-fast combo, I really pressed into a bit more? Rather than simply changing how I look, I want to change how I see. I truly sense that the year before us will require a heightened sense of sight. We will need greater vision to see us through. Rather than allowing the cross that loomed before him to fill his eyes, Jesus saw through the cross to the joy set before him. See Hebrews chapter 12, verse 2. How about you? Are there some areas you need to see through? Are you tired of being limited to how you look? Are you ready to be released by what you see? I certainly hope so. Your family, your friends, and this world need you to connect with a larger vision than what you've seen. My sense of our need for renewed sight has carried long past the day I wrote that blog post. That is why I felt it was time to delve a bit deeper and revise and update something that had already been written. I wrote the book, You Are Not What You Weigh, more than a decade ago, and as time has passed, I have met women who have found liberty as God's word brought light into formerly shadowed realms. Women who were once captive to an eating disorder are now strong and free. For some, the release was nearly immediate. In a short span of days, they saw everything differently and were able to move into the largeness of a new life. That is the power of what you see. As I revisit the words I wrote years ago, it is my desire that the same kind of encounter with truth will set you free from any captivity of vision. What formerly addressed issues of body image and weight has grown into a larger story about how you see. It is my earnest prayer that these pages will unlock your sight and lift your vision. Renewed sight. When I first started wearing glasses, I argued with the optometrist. These are too strong. I can see everything. You're supposed to, he countered. No, you don't understand, I insisted. I can see leaves on the trees. I had gotten used to my poor vision and the soft, blurry world I had been perceiving. Trees were brown trunks with soft, shimmering green blobs on top. I had been expecting that once my vision was corrected, I would see these same images magnified, not clarified. However, with corrected eyesight, instead of being magnified, my world seemed smaller and less private. I noticed the people in cars, not just the cars. I wondered how often people I knew had been waving to me, only to find their friendly greetings returned with blank stares. My eyes had been veiled by nearsighted vision. When the veil was removed, I saw clearly, sometimes more clearly than I wished. I had enjoyed the soft focus lens look of my face. Now, in the hard light of reality, I saw every freckle and pore. Looking in the mirror one day, I asked my husband, "Is this how you see me?" "Is what, how I see you?" he asked, looking perplexed. "Can you see this?" I asked, as I pointed to a brown spot on my face. "Yes." "Can you see this?" I asked, pointing to a blemish. "Yes." "Have you always seen these?" "I don't like the way I look when I can see," I murmured, as I turned from the mirror and pulled off my glasses. John came around behind me and turned me back toward the mirror. "Do you want me to tell you what I see?" I really did, but in response, I just shrugged my shoulders. "Put your glasses on and look in the mirror," John ordered. While standing behind me, he pointed